Sports Center.
Dallas Cowboys have activated offensive tackle Matt Walesko off the injured reserve and released linebacker Rashad Evans in a corresponding move. McCarthy expressed the importance of offensive line depth with Tyron Smith questioned. According to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, C.J. Stroud is on track towards playing this week. He returned to practice after missing the last two games with a concussion. And coming up tonight, Aggies, Oklahoma State.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That goal is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pledger. Thanks for joining me this evening as we take you up to 7 o'clock for the Aggies and Oklahoma State pregame right here on your home for Texas A&M football, San Antonio Sports Star. It all starts 7 o'clock. Kickoff from the TaxAct Texas Bowl down at NRG Stadium in Houston, set for 8 o'clock as the Aggies under interim coach Elijah get set to take on Mike Gundy and those Oklahoma State Cowboys. So Aggie fans, keep it locked right here. We got you covered coming up after Extra Innings with Pleasure. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, listening, however that may be, whether it's at 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com, or, of course, on our YouTube channel at SA Sports Star. As many have already chimed in the conversation, Carlos, Fred Records, and Fred Robert Casares Jr., who I know from the Blitz, is gambling at a casino at WinStar. So I appreciate you taking the time while you're up there, hopefully winning money, and joining us here on Extra Innings with Pleasure. Look, lots to get into. Cowboys facing a possible 3-game losing streak as they get set to take on the Lions in Jerry World, where they are undefeated on the season. So good long home win streak that they've got to fall back on. They play differently at home than they do on the road. They've got that to fall back on. Texans possibly having C.J. Stroud as they welcome the Titans into Houston this weekend. That's going to be an awesome game. I'm going to be in Houston, probably gonna try and go to that game, not sure yet, but I will be in Houston for hopefully a celebratory cause, as I usually am for New Year's anyway. And the Spurs, well, the Spurs are the Spurs, and you have heard it in all of our voices. You've heard it in Rudy and Rob in the morning. You've heard it in mine here on Extra Innings with Pledge. You've heard it in both Jason and Joe's on the Blitz. There is frustration and feeling it. Us covering the team are feeling it. We're all frustrated with what has been put on the court, the inconsistency in this team, the quarter that costs you a game every game. And it's different times, third quarter, fourth quarter, slow start. Doesn't matter when it is. There have been times where it feels like the Spurs are almost unwatchable at times. And it feels like some of that frustration is finally getting to head coach Greg Popovich, who after last night's loss, in which the Spurs would fall for the fifth straight time, this time to Utah, 130-118. That frustration feels like it's finally starting to set in on the head coach.
That was one of them, but we're still searching for consistency. We're not consistent offensively or defensively. We go in spurts and really haven't matured enough to understand that winning an NBA game is difficult, and calls for consistency. It's a 48-minute game, and you can't, be consistent on offense and execute or execute on defense for, 20 minutes of the game. You're not going to win that way. They got a great player in marketing. They've got some older guys, 30, 31 years old, have been around. They're mature, they're physical. Will does a great job with them coaching, and they come after you for all 48. We still haven't figured that out yet. Part of it is youth. Part of it is probably I need to demand from certain people. It's time they have to be more consistent, or I make changes.
As head coach Greg Popovich after the loss to the Jazz last night, and you could tell it's starting to finally wear on him. He was giving them some rope to let them learn, but now the lack of response to what he has been teaching, and you hear him saying certain people need to be more consistent, step up. He's starting to single it out to certain players, or there's going to be some changes. It's going to be very interesting to see what the Spurs team looks like the closer and closer we get to the NBA trade deadline, because he mentioned they got some great players. Lauri Markkanen, you heard it here. Great player. And he talked about the consistency that they played with. Now, that great player that he just talked about, rumored to be on the trade block along with a handful of other Jazz players. So if people don't bring it night in, night out, and you start to see changes, maybe Sohan leaves the starting lineup if he's one of the persons that he's talking about needs to step up and embrace what he's talking about. It will be very interesting to see what lineups look like moving forward if nothing improves with this team and we still see the same inconsistencies over and over again. And those changes could lead to changes in address as well for people that may not be willing to adapt to what he's talking about or just unable to. The Spurs are learning. The Spurs are building. But at the same time, as a young team builds and learns, you can start to ingrain bad habits that become extremely hard to break. And I think you see that with what's going on up in Detroit. I mean, could be a lot worse. We could be Detroit, who's just had their 27th straight loss. And Monty Williams also feeling the frustration of the record losing streak setting in and how it's weighing on the team.
When you look at records, you think of coaches, you know what I mean? But I'm sure the players don't want that attached to the name on the jersey. Was it, heavy? It's been heavy for a while. It's just the nature of this kind of losing streak. It's not going to change because we're grading the level of it. We got to do what we got to do to change it.
Is on the team, and they are in their own heads. There is a good chance that it will be a very difficult task for a team to pull itself out of its own losing ways. Luckily, you have one of the greatest coaches of all times to do it, but seeing a change in temperament from Pop last night as it's starting to build and how he handles it going forward, I think is going to be very different from how we saw at the beginning. Because at the beginning, it was about coaching. It was about getting this team and figuring out what fits and figuring out the best way forward with a player that they weren't quite sure who he was on a basketball court and what was going to be best for him. It seems like they're starting to at least figure out Wemby more, which means now it's time to figure out what's around him. I think we'll see more rotations, more changes, unless people start to account and find the accountability that they're looking for. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger. Speaking of accountability, there's a lot of it going on in the Kansas City Chiefs locker room, or maybe a lack of it, which is leading to their struggles. And it sounds like Travis Kelce is finally starting to have enough of it. He voiced his displeasure on the New Heights podcast with he and his brother, Jason Kelce. And I listened to Travis Kelce's comments. He feels like he could be speaking for one of 15 teams in the NFL right now, because that's how wide open the playoff picture is. We'll break it down and discuss next, right here on Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R in the morning.
Thursday on R&R in the morning, the real bowl season is now upon us. We start to take a look at all the bowl games coming up this weekend and break it down. And Cowboys, Lions, McCarthy's putting this as a huge, huge game. Do we believe him?
We got Spurs, we got Bulls, we got Cowboys, we got all you need. Just get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax. 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-970-3199. That's 800-970-3199. 800-970-3199.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Happy holidays from your neighbors at El Guacamole Mexican Grill. Place your breakfast or lunch order today. Visit them at 250-20 Blanco or call 210-499-5364. Hot, fresh, made-to-order Mexican dishes. El Guacamole Mexican Grill.
At Mr. W Fireworks, we have always offered the lowest prices on fireworks. And we always will. We never charge additional hidden fees, and we price our fireworks more than 50% less than the other guys. No joke! When you shop at Mr. W Fireworks, you can be sure you're in the biggest selection.
Just look for the big W on our sign, and you are in the right place.
Visit MrWFireworks.com to find a location near you.
Mr. W Fireworks.
From our family to yours.
Happy New Year!
Federal criminal cases are much more complex than state cases. The court process is different. You have to have a lawyer with experience in federal law to navigate through it. If you have been accused of a federal crime or being investigated for one of the most important decisions you'll have to make is who will represent you in the process. The LaHood Norton Law Group has decades of experience dealing with federal investigations, federal trials, and achieving outstanding results for our clients. The sooner you contact our team, the sooner we can help. Call us at 210-797-7700.
Transforming your health isn't easy, but at the Y, you'll find friendly staff and neighbors ready to support you and cheer you on every step of the way. Find your motivation and join today. Learn more at ymcasatx.org. Find your Y this year at YMCA San Antonio. Happy New Year.
Smoker's Paradise, your premium smoke shop. Fully stocked to shop everything you need for your smoking needs under one roof. Vaporizers, disposable e-cigarettes, hookah accessories, water pipe, cigars, and more. With 16 area locations, including the newest at 8214 FM 78. Visit smokersparadise.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health San Antonio can help you address the root causes of weight gain, low energy, poor drive, and performance issues. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, we'll give you a free T-check and free exam at Revive San Antonio. Imagine upping your game, losing weight, and getting in shape all at once. Revive can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. Weight gain and low T are treatable conditions. We know we can help you. Take that first step and book today. You're only one step away from getting in the best shape of your life. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The South Texas RV Super Sale is back at Freeman Expo Hall, and boy, do we have a great show this year. Hundreds of RVs, every shape and size. All dealers are ready to sell. You'll get the best prices of the year, January 4th through the 7th. SouthTexasRVSupersale.com.
Nothing slows my little girl down, except a stuffy nose.
Mommy.
That's why I use Sinex Children's Saline from Vicks. Sinex instantly clears mucus in everyday stuffy little noses with a gentle, ultra-fine mist designed for kids. Just Sinex? Breathe. Her stuffy nose is gone for now. And so is she.
Sinex Children's Saline. Sinex, breathe. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Why is the world's #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? We can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local steel dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools. From trimmers and blowers to mowers and more, trusted by homeowners and pros all over the world. And you'll find service and help from experienced professionals. Real STIHL. Find yours at STIHLdealers.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks for their respective companies.
The NFL is on.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com, on our YouTube channel at SA Sports Star. Appreciate it, buddy. The NFL is a wide open race with 2 weeks left in the season and so many possibilities for a bunch of teams. One seed still up for grab for multiple teams on both sides, including the Detroit Lions, if things work out their way. So when people think they won the division, they don't have anything to play for. They do. They actually do. So be careful underestimating the Detroit Lions and their want to coming into this game. So the Texans still have hopes for the playoffs and the division, as do the Colts and the Jaguars. Across the league, wide open. Hell, the Kansas City Chiefs still not in control, or well, they're in control, but there's still a possibility they could lose the AFC West. There's a good chance that week 17 Dolphins come down to that game for the AFC East title. So it's going to be incredibly, incredibly fun over these next 2 weeks to just kind of watch things unfold as a pure fan of football and the NFL, with so much on the line for so many teams and very few reasons for teams to rest players or sit players as they get ready for the postseason, especially with not a lot of teams playing their best ball going into the postseason. Some are, like Baltimore. Others have stubbed their toe. Do you feel comfortable if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan going in? No, they've been awful on offense this year, and defense for that fact. Nothing's really clicked for them. The Cowboys have their peaks and valleys. Hell, the Detroit Lions, just when we buy in, they lay a couple of eggs and against the Packers and the following week. Like, we have no clue in the NFL from week to week, which I think is going to make the postseason incredibly exciting in terms of I don't see a dominant team on either side that I would feel comfortable saying that's the favorite to get to the Super Bowl. Whether it's on the NFC side or the AFC side, even San Francisco and Baltimore have their warts at times from what we've seen. Are they the best of those groups of teams? Yeah. Would you be shocked, especially if Trent Williams' injury or that entire offensive line for that fact, as we saw them all go down against Baltimore, it felt like? Would you feel comfortable if they're less than healthy up front protecting Brock Purdy that they would stumble at some point in the postseason? Absolutely not. So it's very interesting when, everybody's writing off the Chiefs, and for good reason. They don't look the same this year. I think part of it revolves around that offensive line. Everybody talks about the receivers. They won without receivers last year for the most part. I think the thing that's taken a step back is that offensive line in terms of being able to protect Patrick Mahomes, buy him the extra time that's allowed his receivers to come open. And you can tell because on Travis Kelce's podcast with he and his brother Jason Kelce, New Heights, that frustration's starting to boil over with the Chiefs as well. And Travis Kelce talks about it with guys not doing their job.
What do you think is the biggest thing you guys got to do offensively to get something going?
Everybody's just got to do their job. Every single play, it's somebody not doing their job, and it's me. It's one by one. It's everybody on the team. And whether that's prep, whether that's having the confidence and understanding of what the defense is in, their coverages, their gaps in the run game, how we're picking up blitzes, how we're running routes versus certain coverages, all the above, man. It's we show signs of sparks of what kind of offense we can be. Like I believe we did maybe right out of halftime, I think, or I forget. The entire game's a blur, but throughout the season, we've shown during drives that we can be a high-powered offense. If we don't hurt ourselves with penalties, if we're not playing first and 20 every other drive or every other set of first downs, it just hasn't been a well-oiled machine like we've been in the past. And we just got to get everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just getting into the facility and just talking things out together. Maybe that's getting a few reps after practice. Maybe that's, getting a few more reps, mental reps with each other in the film room. Whatever it is, we got to do something else because it's been pretty consistent that we haven't been on the same page. We just got to take a little bit more ownership in what we're doing. And I'm not saying that I'm out of this. I'm the main part of this. And you got to try and find a way to clean this up, man.
As Travis Kelce on the New Heights podcast talking about the struggles that they've had offensively this season, and it's all season long that they've struggled offensively for the most part, which shows you do need weapons. Everybody that clowns on Brock Purdy for having you need offensive line. No quarterback can do it on their own. Fred Robert Casares Jr. says on our YouTube live feed, Kelce needs to concentrate on football and not Taylor Swift. She's another Yoko Ono breaking up the team. Look, I don't think that she's breaking up the team. I don't think she's taken his legs. I think this is a fundamental flaw, not just with the Chiefs, but across the league. You could listen to that starting 1st and 20. You could play this clip and remove name, remove voice, and just the words. Could say probably the Cowboys, somebody on that would have said it. The Texans, multiple teams across the league are dealing with similar issues, it feels like. And a lot of those are playoff teams that are dealing with them. Look, the Los Angeles Rams are clicking now, and things look better. But I think at the early part of the year, that could have been them talking. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys early in the season, that was them. They didn't figure out a way how to get CeeDee Lamb the ball early enough in the year, which I think was part of their offensive struggles through the first 6 games of the season. The NFL is wide open, both for the playoffs and then once you get into the playoffs, which is great news for everybody involved. And the fact that, teams are doing everything they can to move things around. Look, the Dolphins benched Russell Wilson today for the most part. And a lot of it has to do with his contract and guarantees. And that is an insane place. But as Rob Thompson likes to say, fail fast. While Russell Wilson's stats have been better this year, he's not been great or elite or the person that you would have given up as much as you gave up to get him so far this season. So I think Sean Payton doesn't feel that he fits what he wants to do offensively. And so he's talked the ownership group into moving in a different direction. What say you? 656 ESPN 210-656-3776. Manny dialed into the Extra Innings with Pledge. What's going on, Manny? How you doing tonight?
Well, I'm enjoying this crazy NFL season more than I have in a long time, but I'm a diehard Broncos fan.
Okay.
And I got to tell you what, I thought the Russell Wilson trade was one of the worst trades we ever made. I mean, I think anybody could see he was on the down.
Okay,
And
so
even though
you
he's had a
weren't
better year-
excited when they first made the move for him then?
Well, I'll tell you what, as a Broncos fan, I knew that we were going to get either Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, or Deshaun. And we wound up with one of the three. And if you look back at all three of them, it's like all three of them turned out to be damaged goods. Whoever got them. And it's disappointing me that it's come to this, but it's just like Sean Payton's made up his mind that the Broncos are done with him. Like, they're going to eat that $37 million next year and move on from him. And it's disappointing. I wish it worked out, even though we played better. I think we dropped about 4 games that we should have had. We could be talking here. The Broncos are 11-4 instead of where they're at, and it'd be a total different conversation with him. But the fact is, he's just not that guy anymore. And in all honesty, I don't think that he has a Super Bowl ring without the Legion of Boom. And great guy, but I just don't think he's the guy for Denver. And Denver's going to eat $37 million next year in order to get rid of him. So what does that say about what Payton has basically surmised about him? It's incredible,
Mm-hmm.
And there's another guy I wish the Broncos gotten rid of during the trade when he was worth a first-round pick was Judy.
Yeah.
Another disappointing guy who doesn't play, doesn't do anything, doesn't produce. Sutton went down last week and he did absolutely nothing. Like, where has this guy gone? Like, he's never turned into what we thought he was going to be. Like I said, there was a time where people were offering us a first-round pick and we turned it down. I wish we'd taken it, and it's crazy. But Broncos are my team, and I'll bleed blue and orange till I die. But hopefully, better days ahead of us. But let me tell you something, though. Well, I think what's wrong with the Kansas City Chiefs is simply this: Patrick Mahomes' contract, and the Cowboys are about to find out when they're about to pay Dak $60 million next year that their window is 1 year after that. Just like the Chiefs' window is closed because all the money he's got, and they can't afford to keep players around him anymore to make them as good as they were. Same thing's going to happen to Dallas. So they better do it this year or next, or that window's going to crumble for them. Like the Texans are in a great spot because they got a rookie contract, and they're doing better than everybody thought they were. So maybe the Texans will be the first team to bring a Super Bowl back to Texas. Who knows? I don't know.
I mean, I would be incredibly excited and probably insufferable if that happened. But look, rookie are the greatest thing in the NFL, is the greatest currency you can possibly have, because it allows you to maximize your team because of the importance that position plays on a team. Look at these teams like your Broncos, like what Cleveland did, like other teams across the NFL, how important that one position is when they think they're just one piece away. And that piece could be the quarterback. They will move heaven and earth to get them. And you're in one of two boats as an NFL franchise. You're in the haves or the have-nots. And we all see what the teams with the have-nots look like. And you don't even mention the word Super Bowl with those teams. Whether they're being paid or they're on a rookie contract, you're not even in the discussion if you don't have one of them. And there are only about 12 to 14 that you would even consider in that group that you would say, all right, that team, as long as that quarterback is on that team has a shot at a title, right?
That's true.
That's why they get paid what they get paid, because Matt Stafford went from Detroit, where he had nothing surrounding him, to Rams F them picks and just throwing everything against the wall to a Super Bowl because they needed a quarterback and it worked for him.
Now, listen to this now. Matthew Stafford is going to go back to Detroit and he's going to beat them in the playoffs. He's going to remind everybody why he was a better quarterback than Goff.
I appreciate you, Manny. Look, I'm not saying you're not wrong, because guess what? Yesterday, right here, I said the Rams and the Browns are the two dark horses that I could see moving from the wild card into a Super Bowl on either side of the bracket. Those are my two favorite non-division winning wild card teams that could possibly make a run.
Now, Bless, let me switch it up on you here. I want to make one quick comment on UTSA Roadrunners. We got Coach Traylor, who I think is one of the best coaches in the country.
Indeed.
For what he has to work with, he produces great results. We will eventually lose this guy because he's that good. But I just got to say, for a city the size of San Antonio, we want to talk about UTSA wanting to be a big-time program. And I'm so disappointed with the fan base who could not even get 3,000 fans to a bowl game 4 hours away from San Antonio. And yet, like yesterday, I see Texas State fill up half of the Rice Stadium, and they drank the place dry. And we can't get 3,000 fans.
That's what we do.
As UTSA fans. I mean, that's embarrassing. We want to be a major program, yet the coach got to come on here and ask people to beg for money for the NIL, which we need. And he's begging for having to get facilities. I cannot believe the man is still here. I love Jeff Traylor. I thank him for being here. But UTSA fans, alumni, we got to get it together, man. How can we not get 3,000 fans to a game, a bowl game for the seniors who deserved it? Even their last home game, there was nobody at the game. It's like, come on, UTSA fans, we got to step up our game because these kids deserve it. Coach Slater deserves it. And as alumni of UTSA, we want to talk about being big time. You got to step up to the plate and show up the games and go to the bowl games like Texas State did yesterday. That was such a beautiful thing to watch. They wound up winning the game. I was very disappointed because I have adopted UTSA as my team because I'm a high school football coach, just recently retired. I think the growth of Jeff Traylor, and we need to get behind this team. With 2 million people here, there is no reason why we should not be putting 45,000 average in the Alamo Dome for every single UTSA game. There's no excuse for not doing it.
Manny, I appreciate you calling in. Happy holidays to you. Happy New Year. I hope you have a great one. That is well said. I couldn't say it better myself. UTSA needs to show out for its team, because if you want to be thought of as a big boy program, you gotta turn out like one.
That's right.
Manny calling in to Extra Innings with pleasure. Appreciate it. Happy New Year to everybody out there, especially y'all in the comments. Look, UTSA, Jeff Traylor have done great things and moved this program in the short amount of time into a stratosphere that a lot of us never thought it would be at this juncture, to where it is now in the group of 5 in the AAC and competing in bowl games, winning its first bowl game, things that 10 years ago felt so far away. And Jeff Traylor has pressed fast forward on it. But the NIL changes things, and with wins comes fandom and one hand. Look, Jeff Traylor's doing his parts. He's getting in the players. He's winning games. It is on us to support and show out. The problem is, look at where college football is most successful for most places, right? Take UT and Austin out of the mix. College Station, Happy Valley, Tuscaloosa, smaller Tallahassee, Gainesville, usually smaller cities, because you rally around the team. It's a college town and everybody goes to those events. being a part of a bigger city, I think, with a non-on-campus stadium, which makes it harder for the students to get to the games more than likely. I think it's harder for UTSA, and there are certain pitfalls along the way that UTSA must address. But first things first, they need bubbles, they need facilities. These are the things that they're going to need to keep up with to compete in the AAC. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys as they get set for the Detroit Lions and what may be one of their most difficult games of the year, at least according to Mike McCarthy. We'll discuss next and break down exactly how difficult this game will be for them right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Saturday, the Cowboys welcome the Motor City Kitties to the Big D. It's a football beauty. Saturday night, Cowboys and Lions at 6:30.
Micah Parsons is on the ball.
And he's still alive.
He's still running to the goal line.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Start learning a new language today at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. With over 25 years experience, we have secured important verdicts and settlements, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
It is time to play Past the Pigskin for a chance to win $5,000 cash and tailgate prize packs. Celebrate with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds by entering the Pork Rind Appreciation Day giveaway at porkrindappreciationday.com. That's porkrindappreciationday.com. And don't forget to pick up your favorite bold flavored protein packed Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds today at HEB.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person. 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas, only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 7 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
I'm all about winning. So when it has to do with winning, then it's part of our operation, our messaging, and our outlook.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, it's Jim Rome, and it's great to be back in San Antonio. Join me weekdays at noon on my new home, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good football team. I think really running the football and stopping the run. I think those are two strengths of their team. Playing very well. Actually, I was very impressed with them last year. Playing here, at AT&T. So this is going to be, we feel like it's Saturday night, and a lot on the line. As far as playoffs, opportunity as far as the seeds. We look at it as two teams that have the potentially fight for the number 2 seed. So it's going to be a great game.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy at his press conference talking about their upcoming game against the Detroit Lions and who he'll be facing this week. And look, this is going to be a difficult game. Is it going to be their most difficult game of the season? No, I don't believe that, because they had the San Francisco 49ers and they played the Eagles twice. I do believe both of those teams quite possibly better than Detroit. But Detroit, look, especially when it comes to the NFL and when you're talking about playoff football, it's about matchups. And I'm not sure how good of a matchup Dallas is, because they both can exploit the team in different ways. Dallas can obviously possibly exploit Detroit and their secondary, which has been suspect at times this year. Now, can they do it with a shoddy offensive line where Aiden Hutchinson lives in the backfield? Remains to be seen, but that's a way that they can take advantage of the Detroit Lions. On the other side, the Detroit Lions can take advantage of the Cowboys seemingly, especially if there's no Jonathan Hankins in the run game, where they can get up to that second level, get on those smaller linebackers like Damone Clark or Marquise Bell and dominate in the run game. And if they're dominating in the run game, they're likely controlling the clock and time of possession, which limits the amount of times that Dak Prescott and the offense can touch the ball. So it'll be on the defense to make Detroit get into longer situations, force them to have to throw the ball so that Micah Parsons can, and hopefully that secondary can cause turnovers, which Jared Goff has been a proponent of doing from time to time this season. So when they struggle, Jared Goff struggles and they can't run the football. And that's the script for the Dallas Cowboys going in on Saturday night and getting a win and maintaining this perfect streak at homes this year and just getting back on track. Losing 3 straight as you're getting ready to go to Washington to end the season, it's not a really good foot that you want to put forward going into the postseason. You want to feel good about yourself. You want the momentum. And right now, possibly no Tyron Smith, possibly no Jonathan Hankins. The Cowboys are down some pieces, and those pieces need to be healthy first and foremost if they're going to make any kind of a playoff run. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger. What say you guys? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. This is an interactive show, so I am all about everybody getting in on the conversation, however you may be, whether that is via the phone, via X, or on our YouTube channel at SA Sports Star. Like, subscribe. You can comment along. Goldfinger 1, 2, 3. Both teams can beat anyone and lose to anyone except beating the 49ers. Laugh out loud. Look, there was a time where the Niners lost 3 straight earlier this year, and Philadelphia got housed by Dallas. Anybody can beat anybody in the postseason this year. I have zero feel of any team being that much better than any other team on either side of the playoff picture. And that's what's going to make this playoff and run to the Super Bowl about as entertaining as we've seen probably in a few years, especially with teams like the Bills getting hot and making their push for the postseason, to where you're worried about injuries with Aaron Rodgers and Joe Burrow and all these other big name quarterbacks. Well, it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out now that these other quarterbacks are getting back into the mix. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. We'll put a bow on the show coming up next right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM and sasportstar.com.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-497-9090. That's 800-497-9090. 800-497-9090.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective. A clue.
Sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the right Super Start battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
America's best high school football players are coming to San Antonio. It's the All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome on Saturday, January 6th. Trevor Lawrence, Christian McCaffrey, and Micah Parsons played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the stars of tomorrow at the All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero. Tickets are on sale at the Dome box office and Ticketmaster.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. We recently settled a wrongful death case in a commercial vehicle accident for $5 million. Net to clients was $2.8 million. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
Did you know some ordinary cold medicines can raise your blood pressure? That's alarming. Fortunately, there's Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. It's specially formulated without alcohol, sugar, or decongestants to provide fast, powerful cold and flu symptom relief for people with high blood pressure. So if you have high blood pressure, try DayQuil High Blood Pressure, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, colds, and flu for people with high blood pressure medicine. Use as directed and keep out of reach of children.
Get the home field advantage every time with Fairfield by Marriott, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Whether you're a student athlete working toward your championship dreams or your team's biggest fan, Fairfield by Marriott has everything you need to get ready for game day, from comfortable guest rooms to complimentary hot breakfast. Fairfield is part of the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio of hotels and official hotel partner of the NCAA. Visit fairfield.marriott.com to book your next game day stay.
Howdy, San Antonio. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're locked on the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Final extra innings of the year right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I appreciate everybody for your support of the show all year long. I wish everybody a happy holidays and a happy new year, and I can't wait to see y'all back in 2024, and especially tomorrow morning, because I'm filling in for Rob on R&R in the morning. But I always love taking y'all's phone calls, so 656-ESPN, 656-3776, if you want to get in on the conversation like Gilbert did. Gilbert, welcome into Extra Innings with pleasure, my man.
Hey, Blake, how you doing, sir?
I'm always good, man. What's on your mind?
Nothing much, man. I just want to say, man, you're an awesome guy to listen to and everything. Joe Rhino and Ryan Eagle and Jason are pretty cool, but some days that you want to hear, something go out, or not something go out, but something go on that just pretty much the facts of it all instead of sugarcoating it, like Joe and Jason do.
I appreciate that. I'm always going to tell you my opinion on something. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it as much as possible. And I'm going to let you know exactly what I think about a situation. I may be wrong, and I'll admit when I'm wrong about things. But I will definitely show you my perspective on the way I see things as they fit. And I appreciate the words, Gilbert.
No problem, brother. We'll be down in Galveston, the party for New Year's, if you want to hang out or sometime.
You going to be down in Galvey?
Yeah, we'll be down in G-Town.
All right, man. Well, that sounds good. I appreciate the offer, my man. Hold on a sec. I'll get with you in just a few minutes. Show's getting close to wrapping up, and I love working here. I love everybody here, and I love my job, which is life. And as we come closing in on the new year, I think it's very important that everybody remembers the things that they love the most. And it is family, it is friends, it is moments in time because those are the things that we can't get back. Look, I appreciate everybody listening. Happy New Year's. Safe weekend for everybody. I'll see you again tomorrow morning, and Extra Innings will be back at the beginning of the year. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
You know, injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an OrthoNow Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. OrthoNow provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocation, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. OrthoNow has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
The South Texas RV Super Sale is back at Expo Hall at the Freeman, and boy, do we have a great show this year. After years of supply chain and disruptions, our dealers are loaded with RVs, and they're making deals. A full array of Class A, B, and C motorhomes, gigantic fifth wheels, toy haulers, teardrops, and pop-ups. So go on over to SouthTexasRVSupersale.com, buy tickets in advance. No need to wait in line. We'll see you Thursday, January 4th through Sunday the 7th at Expo Hall. Doors open daily at 10 a.m. SouthTexasRVSupersale.com.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax.
Touchdown!
A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo